So first, let me create the user. So I'm going to create a user called admin user. So for that, the API version is API version v1, okay, and kind is service and Kubernetes follows a camel format. You just note that in service account S is capital, A is capital. Okay. So then I'm going to pass the metadata for the service account. So in YAML, don't use tabs. YAML doesn't like tabs. The market standard is use 2 spaces. Okay. Because for metadata, I'm going to give multiple input. So in that, I'm going to just give 2 spaces, and name is admin-user is the user I'm going to create, and I want it to be created on the Kubernetes dashboard namespace. So you see that the Kubernetes dashboard is deployed on a Kubernetes dashboard. So I will create the user in the Kubernetes dashboard namespace itself. And then before applying this, let me create the role also. Add role.yaml. Okay. For the role, I have told the API reference is a bit different. It's not version v1 for authorization, the role binding. So API version is this. Role-based access control authorization kubernetes.io/v1. Okay. So this is my role. This is my API version, and kind is cluster role binding. Please note that it is having C capital, R capital, B capital. Then metadata for the cluster role binding. Metadata and name of the cluster role binding is admin-user. So this is where the input for the metadata is over. I'm going to refer my role here. So that is where the role reference comes into picture. So this is where the role reference. Okay. So the role reference is going to go back to the original indentation because role reference is outside of the metadata. So it will be API to role-based access control.authorization.kubernetes.io. And there, the kind is the cluster role. These roles are already available. So I'm just going to use it. The cluster role. Once the dashboard is up, I will show you the default roles which are available. And name of the role is cluster-admin. And then I need to provide the subjects. Here. So in YAML, I will use hyphen when I have multiple inputs for the same thing. So for example, for a single role, I can add multiple users. So that's why I'm just giving this hyphen. So kind service account and name of the service account is admin-user. And namespaces. So these are all the input for this service account. So that's why from the kind it is 2 space indented. So namespaces cluster hyphen Kubernetes dashboard. So let me apply this, save this and apply this. Okay. Whenever I want to create or apply a YAML file to the Kubernetes, I have 2 options. One is available. One is called kubectl create and kubectl apply. Okay, so the difference between the create and apply is, so create will check whether the resource is already available. If the resource is already available, it will not create it. So first time when you are going to create a resource, you can use create. Okay, but if you use apply, even if the resource is available, it will check whether is there any change between the existing resource and the instruction whatever I'm giving. Okay, it is going to automatically do only the update. So always it's preferred to use the apply instead of create. I'll just show you the difference. So first let me create it using the user.yaml kubectl apply -f user.yaml. So you see that it is saying, oh, let me share those files with you guys. Let me share this file, then I will proceed. User.yaml. Next one is the role.yaml. So coming back to this, if I do the apply for the user.yaml, if I try to apply it again, okay, if I run the apply command again, you can say it is saying unchanged. That means there is no change between the instruction and the actual value which is available. But if I try to use create here, it is going to throw me an error saying the user is already exist. Okay, so it's always better to use the apply, because apply will check whether the resource is available. If the resource is available, it is going to identify the difference and only the difference will be applied. Okay, but create will try to create it from the scratch, and if the resource is already available, it will fail. So the best approach is to use the apply instead of create. Okay, so this is the difference between the apply and the create. Okay, now let me apply the role.yaml also. Metadata spelling mistake. It should be metadata. I have put it as date. So metadata. Yeah. So let me also edit that in the YAML. So if you already copied it, please make the change. It should be metadata, not metadata. Okay, so I have created a role, I have created a user, and the user has been allocated or associated with the existing role. Okay, in Kubernetes, whenever you create a role, it is automatically going to create a token for that. Okay, and using the token, I am going to connect to the dashboard. So first, let us generate the token for the user, not generate. I'm going to get the pre-created token. So for that, I'm going to run kubectl -n Kubernetes -dashboard, because I have created the user under the Kubernetes dashboard, and let me get all the secrets in the namespace. So when you run the command, it is going to list all the secrets. Secrets is the area in Kubernetes where the credentials are stored. Okay. So you can see that there is a one a token or yeah, one secret which was recently created, that is 3 minutes ago. So if I describe this particular secret, I will get the token to connect to the dashboard. So let's do that. So the command is kubectl -n Kubernetes dashboard describe describe secret and the name of the admin user, the complete name. Okay. So this is the token I'll be using to access the dashboard. Okay, let me just copy that. Let me also show you one thing. In the existing cluster, the Kubernetes dashboard was not exposed to the external world. Okay, so to consume these kind of services, Kubernetes provides a proxy method. Okay, using the kubectl command, you can execute a proxy. Via the proxy, you will be able to get the information. So that's what we are going to use. So on the command prompt, run the command kubectl proxy. Once you run the proxy, there will be a, so kubectl will start listening on the local machine, that is on your Windows machine on port 8001. And if you access the 8001, and there you can just give the API reference to connect to a dashboard, you will be able to see the login prompt. So let me give you the URL, what you should be using. So here, this is the URL. So basically, if you see the URL, it is connecting to the local machine on 8001. There, it is going to check on the Kubernetes dashboard. There, it is going to access the Kubernetes dashboard service. Okay, via the proxy, you are accessing the service. So to log in, I already have the token. So let me copy paste the token here. Just copy it completely and then paste it here. Okay. Once you logged in, just check the notification. If you should not see any error. If you see any error, the copy paste of the token is not right. Okay. Then on the top, you can see it is showing default. So it is showing the information from the default. If you click on that, you will be able to select all the namespaces. In the drop down, select your kube system. You would see something similar to this. So this is how you can access the dashboard via proxy.